once you doom him with that axe, Bristleback is gone, you can't get Warpath stacks. And that's the only reason that hero is so strong, right? So once you remove that from the hero, well, I guess Doom does it to everyone though.
So
He doesn't really have a lot.
if you're trying to doom the Bristle,
Yes.
is there anybody here could be maybe your Lotus Orb carrier for LGD?
Yeah. I mean, you could build it on the Enigma.
But you want him maybe go blink BKB. He feels a little safe in this game.
You could build it on the Tiny as well after the Blink Dagger. That's an
Okay.
option. So they definitely have ways of playing around it. But they do have like very strong heroes like against the TA already. I feel like Death Prophet in general is very, very strong against TA early on, especially once you have that Exorcism. It's a pretty free kill. And team fights also, you build into a fast armor, maybe even Halberd to counter the TA. You know, it's not a free TA game by any means. And you know my opinion about TA middle. I just feel like if you don't have a playmaker middle that can really help the side lanes out at some point, you're just looking at Bristleback farming, TA farming,
Enigma farming.
and both Bristleback and TA want to farm ancient stacks. So who's going to get it? We'll see.
Well, that might end up being a little bit of the case what we saw in one of the earlier series, I believe yesterday, when you farm so much of the map that you're farming the enemy's ancients all the time. Farming both ancient camps, right?
Yeah. It's definitely possible with Bristol too, right? You get a fast Vanguard and like maybe a Cloak. You just run to the enemy ancients and then you need to bring like 3-4 heroes to really contest you out of there. And if you don't, they're just farming ancients for free the entire time.
Right. Okay. I could see that. How do you feel about Bristle early, though? What do you think he's going to do in this lane?
He doesn't like playing against the DP too much, but you know, like it's a Warlock Bristol and he shouldn't ever get harassed out of lane really, but they also can't aggress too much on a resolution once more. So should be a pretty farm heavy lane for both sides. Then you get your Vanguard up and then we'll try to play more aggressively.
Right, and that Warlock is your typical 5 position healing support that we have seen so much of in China. It feels like every single game had one. It's a point that I've reiterated multiple times already with the LGD and the RNG games we've seen thus far. It's been very popular, and for the right reasons. We see sometimes these heroes, these carries get even greedier than Ame got, buy no tangos, and just rely on their 5. Which is ridiculous. Yeah, but I mean, he got tangos this time.
That was the go-to for the last patch, right? But then ever since they reduced that healing self effect, carries generally tend to be less greedy. Faith being getting aggressed on, or not. I don't know what they can do. Tornado's taking care of the Eidolon, so that's a lot of money for Crystalis.
And sometimes we've seen Eidolons and this Enigma be a pain where you're not getting the experience you want in this bottom lane. Like Enigma is just taking it away, denying a lot, making sure that you're struggling in this lane. Like, how do you beat it if you're Secret?
How do you beat Enigma lane? Really, the answer is always just you have to pull a lot. So we'll have to see if the Chen can secure his pull, can think to ruin it. That's really gonna what's decide the bot lane. Nisha is getting both water runes as well. But he's very topped up on nothing to say, so shouldn't be a problem.
He's got a full bottle to work with, so he should be okay to top up. And for right now, that lane is pretty even. We'll see if it stays that way. There hasn't been much aggression from either side just yet.
Yeah, but honestly, this game, there shouldn't be a whole lot of kills happening early on at all. Like, top lane can't really die or aggress too much, same with the mid lane. Bot lane also, like Enigma Tiny, don't have the greatest kill threat, especially on the TA. So this is going to be a very slow early game. And then once level 6 comes out from the Zeus, maybe we see a kill.
It's hard for me to believe you. Secret has like 40+ kills in almost all of their games. I don't know if I could really believe that this is just not going to be a bloodbath the entire time. As Jinkyu toss an avalanche, then the TP away. That's going to be a TP all the way back to base as well. And Rezzo's got a lot of quills on him, as well as the fact that there was the Fatal Bonds connecting him over. He dropped really low, but of course has that wand, had a lot of charges. He ended up being fine.
Yeah, no viscous nasal goo, or vicious nasal goo as I like to call it.
Yeah, but it is very viscousy.
It is. Pretty gross. But yeah, no early level into that, so again, aggressing is just not really an option for them. Which is strange. I feel like in this tournament we haven't really seen early games where there isn't really any kill threat on anyone.
I think maybe if we saw like Jinkyu go mid and he has an avalanche toss on the Zeus, but even then, like it still just doesn't feel like these lanes are exactly gonna have these kills.
Yeah, he went into an orb of corrosion though on the PA, so if they find a good chain creep, there is potentially a kill threat on the Enigma, maybe even the Tiny. But yeah, they would have to be out of position for that.
Are you surprised Crystallis is keeping up in experience with Faith Beyond?
They killed a lot of Eidolons. So
Right.
yeah, I'm not super surprised by that. Because also every time you stand in experience range of that conversion, you're still getting half the experience, right?
Right.
So.
So is that, like, does that come down to Faith Beyond just giving up the Eidolons a little bit too much, or is that more so Crystallis knows how to play this matchup, or is it both?
Probably both. I mean, PA is also a pretty good Eidolon killer. Like, once you dagger an Eidolon, it's pretty much just dead. And yeah, maybe we can have like a check by minute 10 how much gold he actually got from those Eidolons. It would be a very nice stat to see.
Yeah, I think just a second ago it said 87 gold, so
So far, yeah.
not terrible.
So that's about like 4-ish, which isn't terrible, but it's definitely worth more than he's denying.
There's another 22.
Yeah. Trying to aggress a little bit on the Bristleback again. Doom has about the best creep you could ever find, the Mana Burn creep, which also has the Mana Burn aura. So previously you would just burn all the mana and also run out of mana, but nah, let's give the creep also the mana aura so you'd never run out of mana. It's also so nice for DP, because DP struggles with mana sometimes as well.
Things really quiet, and who does this benefit the most? Like, you want 6 eventually for the Doom to go after the Bristle, but Bristle with space and time, like, I mean, you're not countering just an ult like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like super late game, Secret definitely got us in the back, because they have a 4 Doom who's going to be scaling very well into the late game. So yeah, I would like LGD to...
Oh, Thunder God's Wrath.
Result.
Yeah. And that helps them get that kill, get that first blood onto the Warlock. And with just farming at the moment, it is a 2K net worth lead for the side of Secret.
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about it, right? Doom is a scaling 4, who already has more net worth than Enigma. Faith Beyond is getting shut down massively once more.
Very unlike him.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games, too. Avalanche comes out, but the Heavenly Jump is further. They lay a trap down, snap it on Zats, and he's going to try and survive. There are 3 heroes here. And toss up. Another trap popped, and nothing to say gets a kill on the Doom. He's got that double damage, so that ends up working out well for him. But up in the top lane, well, now Ame needs to run, as it's just been tough to deal with this Death Prophet and the Spirit Siphons.
Yeah, I already spoke about DP being a good hero against Bristleback, right? Throughout the game also. So yeah, like this Bristleback's game is not going to be as easy as we've seen in the past.
I think we talked about it last game where it felt like that was, hey, let's enable nothing to say. Kind of feels like they're doing that a little bit more here with Jinkyu over mid, looking for another Avalanche toss combo.
Yeah, potentially. They gotta get on top of the Zeus in those team fights though. And they don't have the greatest jumpers, to be honest, to do that. They have a Tiny, yeah, but once a team fight starts, generally a Zeus will just press ult, and then all your blinks are obviously disabled. And you don't have like a natural blinker that could get on top of him. I guess TA could, but Heavenly Jump against just a TA is free. I get out of jail for free card. You know, so.
Did you get that
especially
on
before BKB.
Chance or Community Chest? Like get out of jail free card.
Community chest. Always.
Always.
Always. There's so many better cards. I always get the rubbish one.
Pay $50 for every hotel you own. Okay, cool.
I like the M4.
My game's over. Spirit Siphon again. They're chasing after Ame. They've got Zats here level 5 with that level 3 Scorched Earth still on cooldown, but he does have the level 1 Inferno Blade. Not enough damage to get the kill onto the Bristle just yet, and off this Vanguard, well, we'll see how quickly he can then get into the boots and then Ags and potentially start running down these heroes on the side of Secret.
Yeah, I think it's going to be important that they, when they hit their timings on the TA as well as Bristol, really push the tempo. Because, like, again, late game, Bristleback against Doom with Axe is very difficult to play. You always want to be in the front line, obviously, but if you are, you're just going to die. You're going to get doomed. They're going to run you down. Not a whole lot you can do about it.
Seeing PA take more Eidolons, get some more gold. Meanwhile, nothing to say, he's in the jungle going after what I believe was a 3 or 4 stack of Ancients. Top lane, Ame in some trouble. The Exorcism popped off, and they're going to try and chase. They've actually got him in a good spot in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. But here comes the Zeus, Thunder God's Wrath, the end of the Ghost, as well as Nisha will get the kill on Ame. That works out in the favor of Secret. The rotation's just not nearly enough for LGD.
I wonder what's up with the tipping. They've been tipping him like hard both games.
Maybe they know he's big tilt.
Maybe they played some pops today or yesterday.
Starting the drama.
No, guys, probably nothing is up. We just like to gaslight some people sometimes.
So nothing to say with the highest amount of last hits at 9 minutes on any hero this event. 102.
Yeah.
And now they've got the Doom up top. That's onto the Warlock. Sorry, Y. You're very dead.
Deadlock.
Yeah, deadlock. No war, just death. And this has just been Secret's a whole series so far. Just kills. And LGD wondering, hey, where do I farm? That being said, like you saw, that stat showing that Nothing to Say is doing much better than the last game in terms of farming. We'll see if he continues it. Avalanche toss, but this is a Death Prophet. Also has the help of the Chen ulti. So how do you really kill this hero? And I guess, at least for the moment right now, you don't.
Yeah, the answer is you don't, especially if you don't have the goo on Bristleback. Chen might be in trouble, though.
Oh, Faith Beyond. Let's see if he drops down the black hole. Okay.
Nothing.
I mean, they're not going to pass the event horizon that way, but now the Fatal Bonds comes out, and it's a Stifling Dagger to get the kill out onto Faith Beyond. Crystallis doing the carries amount to get that kill. 1 Q.
He threw a couple of daggers and right clicks previously. Don't do our carry players like that. I know you're a support player. Give me the lane. Why are you so greedy? No, that was good. That was good, Crystallis. Keep it up.
All right, well, at least he's not going and feeding another lane like we talked about.
The classic, dude.
Yeah, the classic, my lane went bad, I'll go top, try to gank, but my team doesn't gank, and then I die 2 times in feed.
It's indeed the classic.
That's all like one word, by the way.
Yeah, always is.
Top lane Rizzo, go for the tier 1 tower, and free to do it so far. Like, this is just going to be a tower to open up more of the map. We've seen what Secret can do when they control the map. They start erasing parts of the other side.
Yeah, but finally they will be able to claim that bot tower, open up the map a little bit more for the Enigma and the TA. But again, I'm just a little bit worried that Bristol, he's not having a terrible game by any means. But where is he gonna farm? Because TA wants to farm his space, basically.
Yeah.
And he will have to find another space on the map, or Nothing to Say will have to. Either way, one of them will have to expose themselves to danger.
Do you think maybe the timing comes, it's like, okay, Nothing to Say, you got your Deso, now it's time for me to farm. You fight, you kill, you jump, and I'll farm.
The problem is, even with the Deso, you're not really happy to fight because you have no BKB. You're playing against Zeus, you're playing against Doom. Even PA might potentially be a problem, you know. And Death Prophet just finished the Vessel, and we all know what Vessel does to our boy Bristleback. Especially early on like this. You're not going to have a BKB for like another 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, the question is now how quickly does he get into that Axe?
Well, he's trying his best to get into it fast, but they're actually leaving the Ancient stack for him, which is a kind gesture. Oh, but again, that delays Nothing to Say's timings. He could have already had a Desolator if he kept farming those camps, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit counterintuitive always when you have 2 heroes that do the same.
Right now, he just has the gold for the Mithril Hammer. We'll see. Does he pick it up right now? What does he want to do? Holding on to a lot of that gold and finally buys it, and we'll get that shipped his way via 1 day. Or same day, really. But this game continues to stay pretty quiet for the most part. Yeah. Secret happy with where this is at, content with what they're getting. You've got Crystallis, who's getting close to the Battle Fury. And he's just been unchecked. Like, these heroes on Secret, they're allowed to have free reign.
Looking for Doom.
So Zats goes in, and he'll move forward, going after the Templar Assassin. And Nothing to Say, they'll get the Doom out. The Chaotic Offering comes in with the Fatal Bonds. But It's not exactly the bond LGD's looking for. Secret are bonded together in a unified group, playing as one.
I'm a little bit scared because it feels like every time these rotations happen, they're very well done and not obvious at all, but LGD always looks surprised.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh my god, I got a TP here, drop the rock, it's already too late.
On top of which, Secret's done a really good job of recognizing who the most important kill on the map is, right?
Yeah.
Like in the last game, they knew it was nothing to say. They focused him, got a couple kills, shut down his game, and now here, it's him again, and where his net worth is really rolling. And they'll take out the TA once more.
Yeah, his Desolator is unfortunately delayed by having to share the easy farm with a Bristleback. Usually when you play TA like this in the mid lane, with a hero like that, you want to get like a Blink Dagger and try to get into the action early on. But they're looking for a Roshan timing, which he's 900 gold away from a Desolator. It's going to be very important that they get their first Roshan.
Rezo just TPing in pretty confidently. Fatal Bonds tossed over to the rest of the team. They've got the silence out of the Bristleback. So, well, there's the black hole immediately stopped. That's unfortunate. The Hand of God already used. Now some damage on Anisha, but the Crystallis PA is in. Looking over at Ame. He's on the run. He's showing you his namesake, his bristled back. So, well, the side of Secret will jump away. They got the kill on the Faith Beyond. One kill's enough.
Yep, and while all that was happening, Battle Fury is almost complete on the PA. Lots of A's.
Yeah.
Today's game. That could be a nice kill on the Doom, though. He has Frost Armor, so he's surprisingly tanky. And he just runs away.
Every draft from Secret just feels like every hero is tanky. Every hero has survivability. I want to say Chen's got to be on the list here coming up soon of who to ban.
I mean, they're first picking it every game. It would definitely warrant a ban. But again, we spoke about it in the past, right? Where banning a support first phase feels so bad. Like you play against RNG and you ban at Nyx Assassin, you're like, that feels terrible. And if you don't, then he picks it.
Who are they getting instead if you end up banning that Chen, right? Like, I guess they get access to the Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker. I mean, he also likes to play Ench. We haven't really seen what he likes to play when there is no Chen. Like, a lot of teams just give him the Chen. He's very happy to play it and pick it, and to great success. Like, most of the time he doesn't die at all. He gets a fast mag, and you have the Hand of God and mag teamfight combination. Mag.
There's that Deso, by the way.
Yeah.
But nothing to say. He's going to get jumped again in just the second they go to the Doom. They'll look to get this kill out onto the TA, and it's...
Oh, no. They cannot give away the first Roshan, but I think they might just have to. Like, this first Roshan was all they were playing for with this Bristol TA lineup. Right. For Deso first to go for that fast Rosh. And now Secret's going to get that. So PA is going to be set up for success if they give it to him. I believe they will.
We'll see.
And yeah, this is already splitting trouble again. For
Can the Eidolon steal this kill?
No chance.
Would have been pretty nice, though.
Now, Bristol at least is very close to his Axe.
And it looks like he might grab himself a tier 2 tower. I say that, but look at the damage coming in from Nisha.
Yeah. With
that Axe being almost finished for the Bristleback, there is also a Battle Fury for Crystal is finished just now.
We didn't really speak about it before, but Nisha's item build is really anti-physical. Like, he went second item Ghost Scepter on Zeus, which is very uncommon, but it makes a lot of sense, right? All this damage is physical from Bristol, from a TA, but you're still going to be in a lot of trouble if you get tossed back in.
So Ame again looking to try and take this tower. Ooh, jump from Jinkyu, and all of a sudden, well, they have found themselves Puppey, but
insane micro.
It's just, yeah, it's the Wild Wing that saves them, and then they've also got the kill on both supports on the side of LGD. They look over Faith Beyond, the Spirit Vessel's on him. Resolution wants to chase. He might be a little too far at this point, but I think they're just baiting them in a little bit. Almost feels likely that they still want to put the Spirit Vessel back onto the Bristleback and go. Zats here, they've got themselves the Infernal Blade. Here comes Crystallis. And there's really no option for a Black Hole if everybody's here, right? Like, the sustain is still in from Puppey. Is it worth going for it?
Well, you're Bristleback also, so you're just running at 500 MS pretty much permanently. He's looking for a pipe, obviously playing against Zeus. So he's not really looking for any big black holes at all. He went Vlad's into Pyre. That's a very team-oriented item build on the Enigma. Which I wonder how much those early black holes played into that. Because you can really get into your own head, right? Like the first one whiffed, the second one cancelled instantly. And Secret is doing a very good job at not giving him any.
So, yeah, not having many black hole options. And I just want to go back to that point where you said the Wild Wing, the micro. It was pretty ridiculous. Using that Hurricane ability, pushed himself out of the way.
Yeah, that Wild
really
Wing
impressive.
is really strong. Like all of these Eng and Dominator heroes and whatnot, if they pick it up in the right game, it can just save lives.
There are some people who just know how to use that Hurricane movement so well.
Yeah, it's vector targeted, like the Tusk kick. So whoever's a good champ player is also going to be a good Tusk player. Here. Now,
Blink Dagger for nothing to say.
we haven't really talked too much about Crystallis, but he's had pretty much a free from the entire game. And he's looking for his own Desolator to amp his damage output and looking for a smoke gank, huh?
Who can they find?
Well, Puppey unsmoked one of them, but nothing so far.
Ame spotted. They might even just go to the jump there. They'll look over at Y instead. They've got the Doom. It's onto the Warlock. Maybe leaving Ame to be free here. They've got the Black Hole. It's on to 2. They'll look over at Crystallis, and they'll take the Aegis out of his hands. They've got the help from Nisha with the Thunder God's Wrath, and the buyback coming in for the Warlock. Warlock trying to get back into the fight and maybe throw a Chaotic Offering at an ample time. But let's see what LGD still have in the tank. It's not Bristles in their back, that's for sure. Resolution chases down Ame, and it's 11-2 for a second. It looked good for LGD, and Secret swiped that away. Man, that is a good counterplay there. Did cost the buyback of the Doom, and they did get the buyback out from Y. Still, though, happy to take that trade and get Ame.
Yeah, but we spoke about that the later the game goes, the better it's probably going to be for Secret. So you win the first fight, or you win this fight on the back of an Aegis, which...
Ooh, Nisha the damage, and there he goes. There's a big kill for LGD. They're starting to find some semblance of damage here, and Sayatsi bought back just a moment ago. You gotta be careful about how far you're willing to go. The Chaotic Offering is down with the Fatal Bonds onto 3 of these heroes. It's onto the army of puppies, but now they go after Nothing to Say. He's trying to TP, but they get the kill there too, and Rezo's on a mega kill streak. So even with the Chaotic Offering, even with the Fatal Bonds, they just don't have it. After they got that kill on Nisha, that's all they had in the tank.
Yeah, and that now gives Resolution his BKB. Honestly, it's kind of crazy how good of a tournament Resolution has had so far. I don't know his KDA, but it is ridiculously high.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't died a single time again. A perfect game from him. Even when greedy with Travels instead of BKB first, got away with that. And he is just looking to scale into this mid-late game enormously. Going to the Shivas next in the Shard. So far, he's been a real carry. Like, Crystallis has been somewhat quiet. He's done a good job, of course, but definitely getting overshadowed right now by Resolution and Nisha's performances.
Yeah, but they have all looked good. Could certainly start to think about putting them as your favorite to win it all. That's for sure with the way they've played.
I mean, a lot of people thought LGD was going to be that, right? And they're handing it to them 2 games in a row. Granted, this game is way better than game 1. They need their BKBs. Bristol's pretty close to his. But TA is still over 2k gold away from it. They can't fight without them. Now the entire map control is going to go to Secret.
So need to find a way to open it up if LGD can. They've tried maybe fighting, but that hasn't worked out. They only have 3 kills thus far. And again, it's Secret who really do just control the majority of the map. Thunder God's Wrath trying to scout.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way they use Zeus. They've done it the last game too. Whenever they think there might be a tower defense, they just Zeus ult to make sure there isn't.
Right.
Or to catch any heroes they want to like delay it a little bit.
Tier 2 top.
Gone as well, yep.
There it goes. LGD can only see it go and say bye. And Secret just continue to put movements on the dire side of the map. They smoke again. They might come across a couple of these heroes on the side of LGD if they're quick enough. They do have the drums, and they are going to make that jump. They've got the Doom, the right-click damage coming in from Crystallis. Down goes Nothing to Say. Another 50 seconds without this Templar Assassin farming. It's all while Bristleback does, in fact, make his BKB, but will that be a changing factor, or are they too far behind? And they want more. Puppy's coming over. Rezzo's in. They just can't catch these heroes.
Sayeds is looking for the Bristol potentially, but he's all by himself right now.
Stun.
They won't be able to reach him.
Scorched Earth in the Infernal Blade. Not enough control to help his team match up with him.
Now again, 8k lead. And it looks like as though they're running out of options once more. They need the TA BKB. It's just when your TA isn't at mid position and you have another hard farmer, it's very difficult for that hero to snowball, right? But you're so snowball reliant. At least Armor is feeling very strong right now. They're gonna make use of his strength, but now the Nimbus is also up. So those TP outs that we have seen, not gonna be nearly as easy. Sayeds went into the Boots of Bearing, which are really good against Bristleback and the TA traps, of course, because you can't get slowed for 1.5 seconds. So it makes a lot of sense. And then Axe next item, because we spoke about that. Axe counter against the Bristol, of course. Do we have any Lotus Orbs coming? No, not even close.
Yeah, no Lotus Orbs, no way to reflect anything.
Oh, they see Puppy, he's TPing out straight away.
Puppy TPing away, and they don't get him.
Now this is when you know that Gabe wants Secret to win. This like split second TP out just before Avalanche.
Jumping over, Chaotic Offering. They're going to lay down the golem. They look over at Zaz. They'll pop the BKB on Ame. He'll chase over this Doom. Nisha on the high ground. Jin-Q taking a lot of damage, but he's still going. Heavenly jump away. They've lost 2 heroes already in Faith Beyond as well as Y. Ame without the BKB needs to rethink his coordinates as he's back and forth until Crystallis, well, makes up his mind for him. You've been bashed. You're hit with an Nimbus. They've got the right click damage coming out of Crystallis. It's not going to be enough. Exorcism out from Resolution. They get the kill into Jin-Q. They'll look over with the BKB being popped by Nothing to Say. And, well, I'll try to TP out, but no. Triple kill for Crystallis. Secret again making very good trades. 4 for 1, and it just never looked like it was slipping away from them.
Yeah, and Roshan is just about to respawn in 3 seconds. If they know, they don't have any vision of it right now, they could be grabbing it straight away. But yeah, like the damage output right now is just overwhelming. You have all this physical damage output from the Ghost, from the PA. Then you have Zeus dealing all the magic damage. And then you have Doom, who just basically presents himself on the front line and makes it easy for his team to play with the information he's gotten, right?
Right. And now they do see Roche. They'll go for it. Aegis and Shard.
Yeah.
Would love that Shard for Crystallis.
Yeah, especially against the Bristleback, as we said. Break is your worst enemy as a Bristleback. Easy Roshan. I know people are probably seeing, oh my god, he's not building BKB on PA this game. I do that, I'm way better than him. No, actually, BKB this game is really not that useful at all. Ooh. Oh, that was a crit, but won't be able to get him.
He's got double damage. I want to say, yeah, he'll get the creeps. He maybe even thought about going, right?
Nah. You don't want to throw anything away. The secret we have seen here is very conservative.
True.
Like, not conservative, but like they know when to get back. Because in the DPC, when Secret had a big lead, they were quite prone to throwing it away. So whatever they've done,
they found themselves this tiny.
Goodbye.
And Jin-Q's very dead.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I almost want to say it seems like the same story every single time. Doom, right clicks for Nothing to Say, but still not finding his voice.
Where are you running, my friend?
Nowhere. Thunder God's Wrath and Crystallis now wicked sick.
Yeah. And it's the problem with the Bristleback hero. It's very strong, but if you can't use your timings and you sort of miss them, then a lot of hard characters are better than you. Like PA will always outscale the Bristleback, especially with the itemization he's going for. As I said, no BKB. He's going pure survivability and damage. They have Exorcism for the high ground in 5 seconds as well. No glyph on LGD's side. See if they want to hard commit or not. Really not much speaking against that right now. So they pop it straight away. And the tower should be made short work of.
How long are you willing to sit here if you're LGD against what Secret have their way, and it looks like the fight's going to break out. They've got the BKBs as well as the Chaotic offering. They'll go after Jin-Q. Crystallis with the damage. It's actually Resolution who gets the kill with the BKB being popped by Ame. He'll go after the side of Secret, but, well, BKB and Magic Immunity no longer. They'll go after the Bristle. They'll fear him up with the Shard coming out from Resolution with that Spirit Siphon, and no Bristle for 70+ seconds. All of a sudden, they're on your last leg if you're LGD, and that is without Jin-Q. They'll buy back on the Bristle, and now Secret, they start to back away, but it almost feels like they thought about going back in with the positioning of Zayats there, and then they were like, all right, let's get back, let's reset, we could do it again. But here come LGD trying to chase. Ame going in. There's the fan of knives. Well, Ame's certainly not a fan of knives, but now they go to the black hole. They've got the Nimbus down, stomping the black hole. Crystallis on a godlike spree. Infernal Blade hits, and he will wipe the floor with LGD's bodies, and GG is called. A 2-0 for Secret over what was assumed to be the favorites of this event. But LGD, they don't show up here, and Secret continue to, well, give away the secret. It's that they're back.
That was a super one-sided game again. 4 kills is all LGD.